interest in everything. I really used to love my life, movies, music, going out, talking with friends, all of it. Now, nothing. Really don't feel anything. I don't know when I stopped caring, but I think others feel the same way, so I think it's worth talking about. I know for me, one, entertainment feels like it's completely dead. I used to love TV shows like Lost and Prison Break, Breaking Bad. There were so many good shows that you could get into and really get into the characters. It was just a really good form of entertainment. I enjoyed spending my time watching good shows and good movies. But nowadays I've tried and it just doesn't seem like anything is worth watching. It either seems so scripted or forced, or a lot of the shows I find are just very negative and unhappy. But I can't seem to get into anything. I've tried starting shows and I just can't finish it. I don't even have the interest in putting movies on nowadays. I mean, dedicating 2 hours for a movie seems insane. I'm just not able to do it. I really just watch YouTube now, and I don't know if it's just watching the variety of it or being able to just watch so much short form and not dedicate my time to like a full length 2 hour movie. I've also noticed I have no interest in music anymore. It's like the radio is an annoyance to me now. It's like I've heard all the songs a million times. Any of the new music I don't relate to. I don't like listening to it. It doesn't sound good to me, and I just don't enjoy it. So I don't listen to the radio anymore. Where I look back like 15 years ago, I always had the radio on. The radio would be on just inside my house, sometimes on low volume, just as background noise. But there was always kind of new songs, catchy songs. I related with some of the music, and just in general, it was fine. But now, even music that I found I used to really like, I used to relate to and enjoy, I don't really have any interest in listening to it at all. And it's almost like, when did things go so quiet? When did that get taken away, the soul out of everything? And that's just a personal observation that I've had, but I'm just, I haven't really listened to music in over a year and gotten really in depth into music. And that's especially kind of music on the radio. There's always kind of subgenres. I've kind of gotten into music that doesn't have any singing in it. A lot of it's just instrumentals and actually listening to the musical instruments. I've found that's been quite nice. But like regular radio music, I can't stand it. Like putting on country music or like the pop channel, it's just, I have no desire to listen to it at all anymore. I've found that going out just doesn't make sense anymore. I have no interest in it. I don't have any interest in going to bars. That just seems like so much work and effort for nothing. I don't have any interest in going out to restaurants anymore. I found that everything costs so much money. And a big annoyance for me is that I think customer service has went downhill tremendously. So, you go to a restaurant and the food's already very expensive. Everybody wants a 20 to 25% tip now, or don't even come to the restaurant, they say. And the food is subpar nowadays, and the service is completely gone. So you're tipping on food for service that doesn't exist anymore. And I found the atmosphere in a lot of restaurants is just dying. A lot of the restaurants that we have now in our town, they're very bland. It's just big boxes with chairs and tables put in them. There's no atmosphere. If you go back and you think of like Wendy's from the 90s or Pizza Hut, like they had so much life and soul in the restaurants. There were different levels, different tiers in the restaurant with stairs, and there was a lot of ornate wood and plants and nice stained glass lamps and lights, and it had character, and places felt different. I've lost interest in everything. I really used to love my life.
All right, Shalom, Shalom. I'd like to start off first and foremost by giving all praises going honor to Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai, Bashim Rakakadesh. Double honors to our elders and the apostles, a great millstone, who rule and teach well. Peace, those salutations, and blessings to those who do this work in truth and sincerity. This is your brother Nathaniel from the GMS Camp Atlanta, coming back at you through the Spirit with another lesson, and I pray I hope this lesson is edifying. Now, um, there's this thing going around where uh, people are just bored with everything in Babylon, and I think there's a term for that. Let me see if I can find it. All right. I think it's called Anhedonia. It says this is an inability to experience pleasure from activities or experiences that you usually enjoy. So let's just type it in real quick so you can get it. In it says in Anhedonia is an inability to experience pleasures from activities that are usually enjoyable. It involves a loss of interest, emotion, numbness, and lack of motivation to seek out rewarding experiences. Commonly associated with mental health conditions like depression, schizophrenia, and PTSD. Okay, now when you look at this guy here, right, he just looks like he's just bland, like he's tired of life. And there are lots of people like this. Okay, so let's go to the scriptures because we go to Isaiah uh, 24 and 8, and it says, "The mirth of the tabrets ceaseth, the noise of them that rejoice endeth, and the joy of the harp ceaseth." Okay, so this is the result of a wicked nation. You only can enjoy wickedness for so long before wickedness starts to corrode and things start to die. And that time is past. Okay, the things in this place are corroding and they're breaking down. And those things that were once enjoyable, the wicked things that were done here in Babylon that were enjoyable, the Lord is removing that. Okay, it says, "They shall not drink wine with song." That means that the scriptures talk about how wine was created to make the heart of men merry, and people would drink wine and sing and dance. That's not happening. Okay, and it says, "Strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it." They're going to be drinking alcohol and strong drink and drugs and things of that nature to try to medicate or hide the things that they're going through to make themselves feel some type of relief. Because in the world that we live in currently, the Lord is bringing this place down. Okay? Things are happening in a big way. All right? And you're seeing the mirth of people to turn around. They're not happy anymore. They don't see any pleasure in this place. Okay? And as we've seen, is we had an Edomite looking fellow. He could be a Jake, but I say I say he's an Edomite. Okay? That he's just completely gone. Nothing interests him. And he's one of many that feel this way. Okay, and it says there's a crying there's a crying for wine in the streets because the people gonna be wondering what the hell is going on, and the men with the answers aren't gonna be there anymore. Okay, because when they were giving you the answers, you didn't want them. When you didn't want to, when they were giving you the doctrine and the philosophies, that's what the wine represents in this particular scripture, right? Well, actually, let's go up to 10 because I didn't read 10. It says, "The city of confusion is broken down," right? So, yes, the city of confusion, which is Babylon the Great, has been broken down. The financial system is broken. The system of morality is broken. You see how you got the PDFs in office. They're passing bills to make it legal for you to do things with children. Okay, they're holding themselves not accountable for stuff. Their systems are breaking down. The post office is saying, the postmaster general is saying that they're out of money and they won't be able to deliver mail very soon. Okay, the businesses are breaking down. All right, so the land of confusion, which is Babylon, is breaking down. Everything is confused. Women with women, men with men. It's breaking down. Okay, well, it's broken down. Every house is shut up and no man may come in. And it's going to get to a point to where people aren't going to come visit America anymore. People aren't going to come into this country. All right. And people aren't going to be able to leave. All right. And it says, uh, the city is left desolate, the gates is smitten with destruction. So this place is about to be a desolate place. It's about to be completely destroyed. Okay? In every way. And right now you're seeing the mournings and birth pains of that because the people are scriptures say when the wicked are authority, the people mourn, but when the righteous bear fruit, the people rejoice. So the people are in a state of mourning. You only can do so much with wickedness, okay, before things start to break down. So the Lord has removed the mirth from this place. All right, He had made it to where you people aren't enjoying the deceptive, evil, wicked place that you have created. Okay? Now I'm gonna go to the book of Proverbs to show you that these things that you did that you created, okay, they were only temporary in the first place. This is Proverbs 20 and 17. It says, "The bread of deceit is sweet to a man, but afterward his mouth shall be filled with gravel." Okay? And that's what America is experiencing right now. This place was built on deceit. It was built on lies. And at first it seemed like because your ancestors were overtaking everything and you all were profiting from everything, that you guys were going to stay in power and things were going to stay good forever. But now the systems that you all have built up are falling down. The systems that you have built up are not sweet anymore. Okay, going to work every damn day, and that's going to lead me to my next video. Going to work every day, having to work in this system as a literal slave. Okay, because we work more than serfs did back in the ancient world, and serfs was the lowest class people, and we work more than them, and we still can't afford to live, and they could afford to live back then. You see? Okay, so the Lord has broken this place down. It was built on deceit, it was built on lies, and it was built on robbery. Let's grab another one in Proverbs, and then we're going to play this next video. This is Proverbs 98. Sorry, yeah, Proverbs 9 and 17. It says, "Stolen waters are sweet, and bread eaten in secret is pleasant. But he knoweth not that the dead are there, and her guests are in the depths of hell." So yeah, when you taking something from somebody else by force, and you steal their stuff, oh, it's sweet at first. Oh yeah, it tastes good. You know, when you steal somebody's food and you eat it in secret and it tastes pleasant, right? But don't you know that the dead are there? You are there. You're dead. Okay? And these people have come into a dead state. All right? These people that have stolen everything. And then, the scriptures talk about how Judah shall be a desolate waste. Well, where is Judah at right now? Well, the most primarily Judah is here in the Babylon. So it's not just going to be affecting Judah; it's going to affect the whole place. Okay, not to mention this is the land of wickedness, the land of deceit, the land of confusion. So it's going to be extra here, and that's what we're seeing right now. Now, women tend to get on the internet and they just espouse all of what they're going through to people that they don't even know. But it's good information to see because you're about to see how these people are crashing out because there's nothing here in Babylon for
them. I'm fucking stressed out. I'm fucking stressed. We should not be working like this. I work my ass off and I can't even fucking pay bills, bro. And they always say don't compare yourself to others, but I see people going to Coachella and fucking like buying all types of shit, just pointless fuck you money, and I'm over here can't even fucking pay my fucking rent, bro. I'm fucking stressed out.
Yeah, be stressed out. Here we go. Here's another one.
One bottle of body wash, one stick of deodorant, and 8 rolls of toilet paper. My bill was $49 fucking dollars. $50 for 3 items. I'm getting ready to move into a new apartment, and for a 1-bedroom, 638 square feet, it's going to be $930 a month. Gas is $5 a gallon. Milk is $3.89 a gallon, and bread is almost $6 a loaf. A 24-pack of bottled water is $7 fucking dollars. And I'm at the point now to where at 50 years old, I'm trying not to crack here. I'm 50 years old, and there's no fucking way I'm ever going to be able to retire. I've had to cash in my life insurance and my 401 in order to survive. After a certain amount of time living and working on this planet, you shouldn't have to work you should not have to work 2 fucking jobs. I just left Walmart where I bought 1 bottle of body wash, 1 stick of deodorant, and 8 rolls of toilet paper. My bill was $49 fucking.
All right, so you see, the average everyday American is very upset at the current conditions that they're living in. Okay? These Americans are upset. Now, I can attest to that. I went to the grocery store not too long ago and I bought 3 items. 3 items. And it was I bought 2 items. There's been times where I bought 3 items and it was $47. I remember. The other day I went and I bought baking soda and I believe a bag of chips, and it was just a small box of baking soda. It used to cost 79 cents a couple weeks ago. It was $10 for those 2 items, for a bag of chips, I believe, and baking soda. But see, the thing is that you people don't have the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, so you can have understanding of what's happening in these days. So of course you're going to crash out. All right? But we're seeing how America has been broken down. And through the deceit and through the evil and wickedness that this place has done, you know, hey, as it says in the book of Galatians, so we can just get it real quick. Galatians 6. So like it. So Galatians 6 and 7 says, be not deceived, Yahweh is not mocked. For whatever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. All right? And America, the people that have been running this country, have been sowing nothing but wickedness and deceit the whole entire, from its inception. Okay? And you have all of these people that live in this country that have been participating in this wickedness for such a long time. So now you're getting the same thing that America gets. Okay? That's all. And see, you didn't take your time to build a relationship with Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai while you had an opportunity. You thought that the men that were preaching these things to you were just fools when we told you these things were going to happen. And they're going to get 10 times worse, 100 times worse. Okay? You have no idea how bad it's about to get here in America. This shit is about to get, like they say, biblical. Okay? It's about to get biblical. All right? Verse 8 it says, "For he that soweth to his flesh of the flesh of the shall of the flesh reap corruption." Let me read that again. For he that soweth to his flesh of the flesh reap corruption, but he that soweth to the spirit shall of the spirit reap everlasting. You see? So you people for so long have been sowing to the flesh, and now you're reaping the benefits of the flesh. You don't have any type of assurance in anything. Now, keep in mind, even the men of the Lord, we're still in the same boat. However, we're being diligent to make sure that we stay in the Lord's good graces. We're doing our best to be diligent to make our calling of election sure. Okay? And we're staying plugged in and we're staying tapped in. And we're warning you people still to this very day of the things to come, giving you an opportunity to turn away. But you all don't want to hear this. You're so enamored and so attached to this system that you don't want to hear that this system is about to fall. Okay? It's not about to, it's falling. And that you need to separate yourself and come out of this mindset. Okay? But you've so long been reaping to your flesh through this beast system that's set up, through this American system that's set up, I can do everything by myself. I don't need the Lord. Okay? And now that all of these things are failing and who are you going to call on now? Who are you going to call on now that all of these things are breaking down? Okay? There's no more, this guy just completely bugged out and bored with everything. This girl is just completely bugged out because she's stressed out. You need a man. Okay? Be a second wife or something like that. And then this guy, he's one of them people, them Edomites, which I don't think this guy's an Edomite at all. But he's still plugged into the system. But he seems like he's gonna crash out any day now. Okay, so let's go back here. Let's go to Jeremiah, the 16th chapter. Oops, Jeremiah 16, and I'm gonna start at verse 3. It says, "For thus saith the Lord concerning the sons and concerning the sons and concerning the daughters that were born in this place, and concerning the mothers that bare them, and concerning the fathers that begat them in this land. They shall die of grievous deaths." It's talking about here in Babylon, man. And it says, "They shall not be lamented, neither shall they be buried, but they shall be as dung upon the face of the earth." What do you think is about to happen? These things are about to get so much worse that the average person is going to be like dung on the face of the earth. There's not going to be anybody to bury the bodies. These are going to be a feast for the birds in the sky. Okay? You're going to die a grievous death. A lot of people are going to starve to death. A lot of people are going to die of starving. You think boredom is about to be the... Hey, taking the mirth away is the first, is light compared to what's about to happen. Okay? You're not about to be laughing about that. You're gonna be going into these liquor stores trying to get strong drink to try to drink yourself into a contusion so you can deal with the things you just saw. Okay? It says, but they shall be as dung upon the earth, and they shall be consumed by the sword and by famine, and their carcasses shall be meat for the fowls of heaven and for the beasts of the earth. You see, that's going to happen. There's not going to be no people here to bury you. The birds and the animals are going to eat your bodies. Okay? Little side note, like if you die in your house and you have animals, it takes the animals like maybe 1 or 2 days before they start eating their master's carcass. So how much more these beasts out here on the street that's going to be eating all these people out here? It's going to be a lot of death. Okay? It says, "For thus saith the Lord, enter not into the house of mourning, neither go lament, nor bemoan them, for I have taken away my peace from this people, saith the Lord, even loving kindness and mercies. So you're going, you're crying in your car and you're talking about, hey, this is of the Lord, and the Lord is taking His peace from you, and He's not going to give it back. Okay, He's taking His peace from you, and He's not going to give it back. And now people are suffering those things, which the Lord said He was going to happen. He said, I shall hold my tongue no more concerning their wickedness. Okay, so now you're seeing Edomites crashing out, saying that nothing pleases them anymore. Because it was all wicked to begin with, and wickedness has a very finite shelf life. Okay? It's not a non perishable, it is a perishable. Okay? Righteousness is a non perishable. Righteousness is, we're going to have fun in the kingdom for eternity. Okay? There's no end to the righteousness. Okay? No end to the fun that you can have in righteousness. But there's an end to wickedness, because wickedness just gets worse and worse and worse until it consumes itself. Okay? And then wickedness has to steal from righteousness. You know, you got to steal things in order to keep your system going. You got to steal the inventions and creations of other people in order to create America. You have to steal labor of people in order to become wealthy. Okay? You have to force people to become tributaries to you because you don't have the wisdom to lead people in the right direction. In the kingdom of heaven, at first, when we have to to stop these people from doing the evil shit that they have been taught on this side, of course we're gonna have to beat them and to stop them from doing that. But eventually, their lives are gonna become so good and so great that they're gonna have joy to be tributaries toward us. They're gonna want to give to us. Okay, it's gonna make them excited to come and contribute to the people that taught them how to live such a good life. Okay, the law, statutes, and commandments that was once shunned are going to be fully enforced across the whole entire earth, and the people they're gonna rejoice, and there's not gonna ever be any end to the righteous acts. Okay, to the fun that righteousness can bring. Okay. But wickedness cannot bring that. Wickedness has a shelf life. It's finite. And this is what you're seeing. You're seeing the mirth of the wickedness run out. Okay, it's coming to an end. It says, verse 5, it says, for thus saith the Lord. Okay, verse 6, it says, 6, both the great and small shall die in his land. They shall not be buried, neither shall men lament for them, nor cut themselves, nor make themselves bald. Okay? Neither shall men tear themselves for them in mourning to comfort them for the dead. Neither shall men give the cup of consolation to drink of for their fathers or for their mothers. They shall not go into the house of feasting to sit with them to eat and drink. Okay? For thus saith the Lord of hosts, the power of Israel, behold, I will cause to cease out of this place in your eyes and in your days the voice of mirth and the voice of gladness, the voice of the bridegroom and the voice of the bride. Okay, so how it says in how the Lord says, I believe in the book of Matthew, they should be given in marriage and taken in marriage and eating and drinking. The Lord putting a stop to all that. Okay, He's gonna make it to where all of these things are gonna fall upon you, and people are just gonna die. Okay, and it's just gonna be horror. All right, and what you're seeing is the beginning of these crash outs, this horror that's coming upon the earth. And the only thing that's gonna be able to save you is the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai. Okay, Spirit of the Lord comes upon you. He's gonna be the only one that can save you or find a way out of these things. And 99% of y'all don't have the Lord. Y'all don't know the name, and y'all still depending on this place to provide you a solution for that. You know? Look, so when you go to Isaiah 30, this Isaiah 30, it says, woe to the rebellious children, said the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me, and to cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin, that walk to go down into Egypt. Egypt is a house of bondage, and have not asked. I told y'all we work more than serfs did, and have not asked at my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. Okay, y'all still trusting in a place that's failing you. Okay, this place that once that once made you happy, that once made you feel of mirth, as we just brought out. Okay, in that Jeremiah. The Lord is taking that away, and this place is failing you. Okay? Verse 3 it says, therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. Okay? This place is you trust in this place. Now I'm gonna scroll down a little bit. Okay? I'm gonna scroll up a little bit. I'm gonna read this. We ain't brought this out in a while. I'm gonna start at verse 9, scroll down to verse 9. It says, this is a rebellious people, lying children that would not hear the law of the Lord. So when you had an opportunity to hear this law, you shunned it. You didn't want it. Okay? Which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceits, get out of the way, turn aside out the path, cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us. Okay? So you don't want to hear this. We're warning you, telling you these things that you are going through right now. This thing right here that this woman is going through right now, right, is crying.
I'm fucking stressed.
This thing that he's going through right now.
$50 for
$50 for groceries. This thing that he's talking about right here.
Movies, music.
We told you long ago, okay, through our elders and the apostles and the men that's been preaching this word, that these things are going to come to pass. Okay? We told you that the mirth of this place is going to go away. We told you that if this place is going to go into hyperinflation. We told you that you weren't going to be able to afford to pay rent and bills, and the job market was going to collapse. We told you all these things. But this is what you told us. You said, get out of the way, turn aside out the path, cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us. Okay? You told us that you didn't want to hear it. You told us to prophesy you deceits. Now the mirth is gone. Now you don't have the necessities that you need. You don't see a way out of this. Okay? It says, verse 12, it says, wherefore thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise this word, and trust in oppression and perverseness, and stay thereon. This place that we live in that makes you work is oppressive. That steals your money is oppressive. That steals your land is oppressive. That poisons the food is oppressive. That poisons the water is oppressive. That poisons the minds and hearts of the people. It's oppressive. Okay? But you want to stay there on. You want to think that there's a possibility that you can change this place and make it better for you, and you can't. This place was established on wickedness. Scriptures say, woe to him that builded his house upon blood. Roughly paraphrasing. This place was established on blood. Okay? And perverseness. And what you want to do is you want to build a foundation upon a stable land, upon a sandy way. And you can't do that. This place was established on death, robbery, murder, and deceit. Of course, the arrogancy of the proud was going to cease. That this place, the Lord was going to turn this place into a desolation. Okay? Verse 12 again, it says, wherefore thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because you despise his word and trust in oppression and in perverseness, and stay thereon, therefore this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall, swelling at a high place, swelling out a high wall, whose breaketh coming suddenly. Okay? So you really don't know when America's going to break, but we can see the cracks in the wall. We can see the water spewing out from the other side. We know that this place is about to burst any day now. We just don't know exactly when. But you can see it. You can definitely see it. Price of coffee, $15 for a bag of coffee at certain places. Okay? These are the things that I personally experience. go into Publix and is it an 8-ounce bag of coffee or a 16-ounce bag of coffee, right? $15 for that. All right. And he's talking about $3.69 for milk. Well, the milk that I get, it's like $6 for a half gallon. Okay. So yeah, things are very expensive. But the difference is Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to provide for his men and his servants. You other people who stayed on this place and took mirth by this place and believed in this place, well, you're getting what this place had to offer you. I'm gonna grab one more scripture and we're gonna close out on this. This is Ecclesiastes 8 and 11. Okay, it says, because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the house of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. Okay, so this place continues to do evil because the punishment has not came, but the punishment is here. Hasn't came in full force, but you can see that the punishment is coming. Okay, you can feel the wind from the belt right before it smack your ass. That's what's happening right now. Okay, this place is about to go any day now. It done lost its allies. Okay, the men that are Obadiah 1 and 4, I believe, the men that are confederate with thee have deceived thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. Okay, this place is done. All right. Verse 12, it says, though a sinner doeth evil 100 times, his days is prolonged. Yet surely I know that it shall be well with them that fear Yahweh, which fear before him. Okay? Verse 13, but it shall not be well with the wicked, neither shall he prolong his days, which are as a shadow, because he feared not before Yahweh. Okay? Or power. All right? So yeah, all y'all people that are experiencing these hardships, hey, it should not go well with the wicked, man. When you had an opportunity to turn to the Lord, you didn't want it. And y'all women out there, hey, you better find godly men of the Lord, and start getting. And I know you may say, "Oh, I don't want to do that." Well, you better get with a man of the Lord and start having babies, okay? Because that's your only way out. All right, it's through childbearing if you stay in the faith. And how you get in the faith? By getting with a man that's in the faith. That's it. All right. But America's done. The mirth is done. This place is finished, and it's not coming back. So with that, I'm gonna end it off by giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Rakar Kadash. Double honors to our elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. To the next time I say Shalom.